Hi guys, welcome back to the garden. I just wanted to take a quick walk through, show you some things that I'm going to be working on and how the garden is progressing so far. I did get everything planted really late this year, so I'm not as far along as a lot of people are just because of that, but I would say it's not doing too bad. I did maybe overplant this a little bit, but we'll get it taken care of. It'll be no problem. Over here we have our pepper bed. That is doing really good. Some of the peppers are starting to be ready to pick, so that'll be fun. I'll make lots of good things out of that, hopefully. Over here we kind of have just a mishmash of a lot of different things. I have a few tomatoes, some leeks, some flowers, some melons, squash. I did plant a few peppers in here as well, and also have a tomatillo that has kind of gone a little bit nuts. But as you can see, we have a lot of bees in here, which is always a good thing if you're trying to grow food. So this tromboncino squash is going pretty crazy. It's fighting its way out of the bed. Not sure where it thinks it's going, but that's okay. You can kind of see where this tomatillo has escaped its confines as well. It's working its way all the way around to the front of this bed. Then we have here this mass of chaos is a few different types of melons, a couple little zucchini, squash, all kinds of things. We have quite a few sunflowers here as well because they're beautiful. And then over here we have more summer squash, some tomatoes, have a ground cherry up at the front of the bed. Down here we have some more flowers, some basil. And then over here, again at the end on the trellis, we have some melons and squash, things like that. And then we have a bunch of summer squash there, as well as some more tomatillos in this bed. So everything is doing really, really well. Along here I have tomatoes, some borage, more basil, more summer squash. So I do need to do some little bit of staking and pruning, give these guys some support before they get much bigger. I'm a little bit behind on that, but it happens. Again, some more squash and tomatoes. See, this poor tomato is just, it's way too big to not have support. So I'll get in and take care of that. I wanted to show you my crazy tomato here. So this is from what's called a fasciated blossom. So it's basically three or four tomatoes all fused together. Now, normally I wouldn't necessarily let that grow because you don't get as much actual fruit off of it because it's kind of all gnarly like that, but it's kind of cool to see. So I have a little bit of amaranth here growing just because it's beautiful, not necessarily to harvest anything from it. And then as you can see here, this is one of my tomato beds and it is absolutely out of control. So I am going to work on that today. What I'm going to be doing here is I will get these all tied up to the trellis. I will trim off, any of the yellowing leaves and stuff at the bottom. And then I will probably also thin them out to maybe one or two stems, just because I did plant them really, really close together. And so I want to make sure that they have good airflow. They're starting to produce now, so I just want to make sure that they have what they need. And I'll probably also do a top dressing of compost on them, just because, as I said, I did plant them really close together. So I want to make sure that they are getting all of the nutrition that they need, especially with all of the heat that we've been having this year. Here, some of my sunflowers you can see there as well. So that's kind of the plan. And I do have right here, we're looking at about 48 feet of tomatoes. So hopefully I'll be able to make some good salsa and tomato sauce and all of the good things. This here is a pumpkin. It is, again, going a little bit crazy, but I kind of like it like that. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and have a great day.